Okay. Howdy. Anna's here too. Hi, sweetie. She was doing something behind me. I don't know. She was making a mess with like candies or something behind me. Okay. So, Vampire Survivors got an update about 5-ish, 6-ish days ago. Got a new character, new map, a couple other things. So I wanted to play again. And I don't know what any of it is, really. I'm just gonna go down my achievement list until we figure it out. So let's see. Let me see. And also, we're gonna talk about vampires. Swap over. Okay. And I can see there's one. I don't remember if. I think this is a new one. It's a new one. I think we unlocked all the other ones, so we'll go ahead and. Yeah, Axe. I haven't used that. Looks kind of like Ganondorf a little bit. That's nice. I like Ganondorf's design, especially the not the Wind Waker one, but the Hyrule Warriors one? No. I don't remember. Let's see. So we got a new mission. Yeah, there it is. It's the tower, I think. I saw that in the patch notes or somewhere. Let's see. Let me see if I can figure out from the achievements how to unlock it. Find and open the coffin in the Mad Forest. I'm assuming that's a survivor. Kill 50 entries in the collection. Not so sure. There is a Green Acre challenge we haven't done with 30 minutes in the Green Acres, so we can work on that until we figure it out, I guess. Let me also see how loud the game is, because apparently last time I played... Oh, jeez. I have only axes. Apparently I gotta turn it up a little bit. Okay. Apparently last time I played it was a little quiet, so I want to mix it. Or it was a little too loud and you couldn't hear me too well. So I want to mix it just right. Just a little bit lower. Just a hair. Okay. I spent some time the past week. Well, once I heard there was a Vampire Survivors update, I was like, ooh, definitely want to play that. However, I wanted to have something vampire related to talk to you just because I think it's funny and fun to do. And while I was working on that, I was cooking on that idea. I kind of struggled a little bit because I got the idea to talk specifically about, or to think about why vampires have such a high concurrence rate with mental illness. Why is that such a like common? Let's go with the Song of Mana. That's still new to me. Why is it such a common trope for vampires to be so mentally ill? And other than like the more obvious reasons, I guess, like where it might have originated, what examples I had, etc., etc. So I started doing research because I wanted to be thorough. I wanted to get a good like sample size or whatever. I really think about it. Try to compare the stuff that I am more familiar with the stuff that I'm not, like the classic Draculas and the such. And ooh, wait, I do have a guide open. Where is it? Specifically so that I can, there it is, make the combos correctly, because it's been a couple weeks since I played. The crown, does that combo with anything yet? It does the pentagram. I have achievements to work on the pentagram, so let's go ahead and do that. But yeah, why do they occur so often outside of the classic like Louis, I guess Edward as well, guilt over taking life and needing blood to survive kind of thing. The damned to hell part of being a vampire, that it, you know, whatever. Outside of that, like what would be other causes of that coming up so often? And I kind of struggled a little bit trying to like come up with some good reasons. And I think it's maybe just because I needed to ramble about it. So instead of coming up with this really cool theory or, jeez, I'm getting hit a lot. Hang on. Or I'm just gonna start talking, and maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there together. Let's see. Well, like I said, a lot of the vampire trope, especially the modern vampire, because you got like 3 types of vampire, right? You got the classic vampire, or the classic 2 types of vampires, I guess I should say, which is the like you have the strict monster, like they're not human anymore. Imagine the werewolf kind of tropes, but it's a blood-sucking sex demon instead. Classic monster type. And then ooh, that's new. Or is that just that's not new, that's just a new art. What's clover combined with? Cross. I do like cross, but let's go with the Bible for now. Your second type of vampire is your Dracula types, which is the still human, still humanoid, but wait a second. Spellbinder. I do need that. Yeah, your classic Draculas. They're evil. Carmilla, they're evil. They're bloodsuckers. They have no real like connection to their humanity anymore. Like duplicator. No. I never figured out actually what you need for the mana. Let me see if I can look over there without dying. Actually, I'll just pause for 1 second. What goes with the Song of Mana? Skullomaniac. I don't think I unlocked that yet. Anyway. Yeah, so yeah, your Dracula types where they're just very rich. Usually it's a class thing. Carmilla was the same way. Doesn't care about people, humans anymore. You see it. That's consistent, I think, among... I'm trying to think. Probably most, if not all, iterations of vampires. Specifically because it uses it becomes a good, like, counterpoint for, like, oh, well, here's the evil vampires, and yeah, those exist, but our vampires are really nice, or they have a conscience, so, like, we care more about them. You know, like, that's the common crossover trope. What is this? That's the liquid. I remember now. Crown. So they exist in I would say almost every iteration of vampirism, since it is like the classic, the Dracula, and then you have the modern take on it, which is candelabra. I do need, because I have axe, correct? Let me double check. Yeah, definitely. Okay. The more modern take on it, which is, I would call it, I guess, protagonist vampires, where you are in the head of the vampires, or you are adjacent to the vampires, a la Interview with the Vampire and Twilight and stuff. Or I totally forgot about, I don't know if I've talked about it on this streams before, but Vampire Night. I think I have before, but it's been a while ago. Vampire Night has some of that, although it's not as extreme. Them being vampires is almost like consequential more than anything. Like, that's not really, it's not really the point or anything like to do. Usually there's like brain. Okay. Usually there's like a consciousness about it, which they talk about it, but it's they could be any kind of demon and it would be the same kind of art, story, whatever. But yeah, you always have the sympathetic, I guess, would be a good word for it, vampire, which is the more modern take on it. Much more popular nowadays. And they almost never, like I said, they almost never just are by themselves. They're always contrasted to the more like animalistic, frowned upon, which is, now that I'm thinking about it too, Interview with a Vampire, right? Like they have both, absolutely have both, but trying to think how to phrase that. Because they have, like, Lestat. We'll take Lestat, for instance, right? He is, I don't know if I would call him an anti-hero, but he is incredibly narcissistic. And in the movies, incredibly evil. And he does a lot of evil shit. But I don't know, maybe it's just that the author, like, really liked that character. So she just, wanted to follow in his adventures and give him cool things to do. He literally met gods, you know? So, like, definitely a bit of favoritism there, I feel like. Hollow Heart, what is that? That's garlic? No, that's whip. The other one's garlic. Okay. Keep rolling with this for now. Where was I? Okay. And also, when talking about mental illness, you have to talk about another aspect of vampire lore, which is in most iterations of vampire lore, being a vampire comes with perfect health, I guess is how I want to phrase that. Usually becoming a vampire, you either become, at least in the modern versions, you become your perfect form. I'm trying to think if there's like any classical examples of, they don't really talk about it as much because it's not as like romanticized, I guess, because like Dracula isn't over here like, oh yeah, I got better than 20/20 vision, and I've not had a disease ever since I became a vampire. I don't think he really talks about it all that much, because it's not like, well, don't you want to be a vampire? Like, no, it's an accepted thing in classic, more classic lit stuff, where it's like, no, vampirism is bad because Satanism, Satan is bad. You don't want to do that. So they don't really talk about it as much. But well, even in like Suki and stuff too, they have. There's a bit where they go to like a conference in I think Nevada, and they wait. What do I want here? Spinach is good for damage, and fire wand. I do want that. They go to a conference in Nevada that's like a vampire convention for vampires, because like vampires aren't hidden in that universe. They came out on TV actually, and because they created a synthetic form of blood, and then they just tried to not commercialize themselves, but there's a lot of social politics at certain points in the story. But anyway, one of the booths at the convention is retractable vampire fangs to replace your vampire fangs. But like that universe also has the perfect health trope. So I guess I'll get that one. Does Rune Tracer have a... Oh, it does! Shoot. Well, next time. We'll get it next time. They have the perfect health thing, it just takes a lot longer than some other versions. Interview with the Vampire is the same way, where it's like in Twilight, it's like instant, pretty much. Like, yeah, you're perfectly fine. Basically, immediately. Interview with a Vampire, I think, is the same way, except unless the injuries are dire. So like at one point Lestat gets like very, very hurt, and it takes him years to recover. Or he like buries himself in another... What was that I picked up? He like buries himself in the earth in another version to recover over years. He does that. I don't think he's in the earth thinking about how he's in the earth, and so we never find out how long he's down there, but he talks about it. I'll just go with X for now. I'm not getting really the picks that I want either. It's getting a little hairy, but it'll be okay, I hope. And what was the other example I had? Interview with a Vampire and... Oh yeah. The Suki Stackhouse series. They recover pretty quick, but unless it's a grievous injury. But apparently they don't recover their fangs for whatever reason. I don't. Whatever, Charlene. You do what you gotta do, I guess. Bracer is knives. I am not getting this round. Fire wand, I do want. Oh, it's got it. Ooh, did you see that? I didn't see that before. If you see on the right there, it says the evolution. Ooh, that's nice. I appreciate that. The only thing I don't have is the mana. Because I don't think I have it unlocked. Let's see. I'll try to get like a rune tracer or something. Actually, rune tracer has an evolution now, so. Let's get whatever I want. Oh wait, it's the other one. I need attract orb. I like attract orb. See if we can get it. Where's my cursor? There it is. Okay. I was about to say. Okay, so on to the point though, which is in a lot of vampire lore, you get perfect health, right? Perfect physical health, I should say. And when I was Googling around on this, some people theorized that you do get perfect health in some of the versions. However, that's perfect physical health, and that mental health is a separate thing. That's one theory. Yeah, whatever. I'm fine with that. Because there is a good component of mental health that is like, for instance, part of the reason that this got spurred on to is that I listened to the audiobook again for Midnight Sun, which is Twilight from Edward's perspective, and that boy, mentally ill. Ugh, brother. So there is a certain element, quite a large element of mental illness that can be attributed to how you view the world, how you engage with the world, how you view yourself, etc., etc. So I'm fine with that theory. I can get behind that theory. I just don't think it's. Oh, that actually hurts still. I don't think it's thorough enough. You know, I think we can go deeper. I would like to get a suction, please. Let me see if I can go around. I'm trying to get around them. is my problem. There we go. If I sit still, am I safe? Is it enough? Just barely. So what is it about vampirism in particular as a genre, I want to say, that attracts empty tone? Wait. What's my extra one then? Lightning goes with that. That goes with that. Crown's my extra? Oh yeah, I didn't get pentagram. Well, unlucky. Maybe next time. So what as a genre, what is it that attracts the two? I mean, melancholy is a certain staple of gothic vampirism, so it's not surprising at all. I just wanted to unpack it a little bit, you know? Let's see. What else we got? I'm trying to think of other examples too. I kind of struggled with thinking of like the different iterations of vampirism and how they present it. Because you do. It's been ages since I read any of the like Vampire Academy stuff. I didn't particularly take to it, so I didn't end up keeping it or reading more than like I think one of them. And there was another book I thought of as well, but I struggled to sit there and think of like anything outside of the common. I actually even watched From Dusk Till Dawn. Don't recommend it, on the record, but it's a vampire movie with George Clooney in it, directed by what's his face? Whatever. Google it if you're interested. But it's like it's vampirism from, like I said earlier, the monster perspective. Like, there's no interest there. Just violence and nudity. So, like, whatever. I don't care for that. I don't think it's as interesting as, the other stuff. So I didn't like it, but that's not surprising. Whatever. Okay. Going back to the point. Let me reel myself in a little bit. Do you have a text thing to pull up? Okay. Oh yeah, and while I was Googling around too, there were a lot of really neat, like, dissertations and essays on vampirism and mental health, and I wanted to read them, but they were all locked behind paywalls and stuff, so I didn't get an opportunity to. So I'm just free-winging it. I'm just going for it. I'm turning the game up just a hair. Just a little bit. I'm a little paranoid. So I covered the physical aspects of mental illness stuff, but it's such an ongoing. Well, like in most interpretations, it does spark. That's not even fair either, because like Louis, for instance, from Interview with a Vampire, he is very melancholic, but he was also, the whole reason he ended up becoming a vampire is because he was pretty much suicidal and doing everything he could to live the most dangerous life that he could. And that's how he ended up as a vampire, right? So, like, not exactly the model for mental health over here. And seeing as we do get the first person's perspective of Edward in Midnight Sun, not the picture of mental health either. And we do, as a kind of outlier in this category, we do have Lestat's perspective as well, because I have read the book for Lestat. I haven't read all of Anne Rice's stuff. I understand that she's kind of hit or miss for people, and she's got some problematic views, which, yeah, fair enough. It's just one of the more melancholic examples. So it's primo vampire mental illness, right? But we get the perspective of Lestat in the second book, which I have read, which was he's basically I don't know if he's narcissist or just very self-focused, but he's very self-focused to the point of almost narcissism. It's like he doesn't have any, as far as I remember, he doesn't have any kind of like reservations about being a vampire. He's not like over here struggling. He's actually, I am hurt. He's actually very, in comparison, very mentally durable in that he just kind of experiences the world in the moment. And oh, hello, boss. Let me see you down there. I was trying not to die. And that, yeah, any situation that he encounters, he ends up being incredibly, like, resilient through it. And even stupidly so. Like, there's a certain part in the beginning of his story when he's still human where he goes and hunts wolves. And he just has, like, no regard for himself. He just goes out there and hunts the wolves. I think it's like a revenge thing. So, like, yeah, you're supposed to be like, oh, well, he's out of his senses and whatever. So, like, okay, whatever. But, he has no qualms. He adapts to being a vampire surprisingly quickly and has no issues with drinking blood, taking life, any of that stuff. It's also presented to, it's almost like one of the, I don't want to call it, one of the themes of the series itself, right? The Vampire Chronicle series, and I've only read 2 of them, so I don't know. I don't know if it persists, but the first 2 books, it's almost a theme with the book itself to, or it is a theme with the book itself to highlight how flexible you are is how do I phrase that? Being able to adapt to situations is how you survive as a vampire in that series, right? Because the number one issue with vampires is not like threat or disease or whatever. As far as I remember, it's more so like you live long enough that if you can't adapt to like the new times, then you're just gonna like you're never gonna be able to keep up, and you're gonna end up losing it because like everything that you were a human with or that you're nostalgic for or whatever is gone. And if you can't adapt to that, then you will not survive as a vampire. And that theme comes up quite a bit in the first two books, with Lestat being the example of perfect adaptability, and Louis being not so good at that. He's much more hesitant to adapt. He even tries to, I definitely know I talked about this on stream, but he tries to go the route of only surviving on vampire blood, but Lestat is doesn't understand it and doesn't like when things are different than him, so he ends up not being too happy about that and thwarting his attempts. At least that's how it was in the movies. I don't remember exactly how it was in the books. If he was like more he was like, okay, I'll just phrase it this way. Tom Cruise playing Lestat in the movie definitely framed the character differently from the books. Because in the books he was very eccentric, but he was not like, as far as I remember, over the top. So I would say not the picture of mental health, but not your typical melancholic vampire. Which leads to the question of, does vampirism cause mental illness? And to some degree, or does it just exacerbate what's already there? Some texts and some shows and movies and things do take that perspective of like, I believe when I was looking around, somebody mentioned Vampire Diaries apparently does that. And the Twilight stuff does that as well, which is like what's already there is what, ooh, hello, boss, is what gets elevated. That's why they develop powers, is because they are particularly, I don't know, perceptive in their human lives, and it passes on into like a special ability or whatever. So you could argue the alternative, which being your mental illness may be like exacerbated in certain respects, and that wouldn't surprise me either. It is supposed to be an elevated self, right? So like however you are in your human life, plus some, and you know, usually adds on some bloodlust to it. Yes, look at all that money. And if you go back into, I'm not gonna do, okay. There's a thing that some people do sometimes where they are like, oh well, oh yeah, that's right, these plants don't go away, do they? Oh well, these vampire claims of vampires and myths about vampires probably stem from so and so disease or condition or whatever. And I would say that that's probably not a good thing to do, because number one, vampires are a myth, and number two, people with those conditions are real and exist. So like I would rather take the priority of the feelings of the people who exist than to make some weird claim about how this whatever thing is like, that's probably where vampires came from. So we're not gonna do that. What we're gonna focus on in that category, however, is that what is probably most likely as far as myth goes, we'll say pre-Dracula myth, is probably that stories or exaggerations of the truth or anecdotes probably got passed around, or even just made up stories, like, yeah, myths themselves already established probably got passed around. And I liked the way one article phrased it, which was played centuries old game of telephone, where one generation passes on the story to different people, and what becomes, or what starts as, like, one theory being that, like, corpses would do certain things that corpses do naturally, and people saw that and were like, oh, well, that looks pretty cursed, that's probably a horrible monster or something. What starts as that becomes all these exaggerated additions. So having, say, like hypothetically speaking, having religion take the myth of the vampire to use as a legend to, or I shouldn't say religion, having people who are religious use vampirism to teach stories on what is good and what is bad, right? Like Dracula and Carmilla were, what's the word I want? They were written primarily to highlight, like, patriarchal anxieties, anxieties about female sexuality, certain aspects of classism, a bunch of different shit. But the anxieties of the time, right? How those concepts were taken and used in a literary way to teach a specific lesson. So in Carmilla, oh gosh, what is that girl's name? In Carmilla, the protagonist has a loss of innocence and or a sexual awakening or whatever, and is never the same. Therefore, you should beware of these kinds of women, kind of thing. But also in a weird, like, not as patriarchal way in Carmilla. But whatever, it doesn't matter. That was the anxiety at the time. The solution ended up being that her father and a bunch of dudes got together and killed the vampires. Therefore, that is what we should return to or remain. That is the priority of society or whatever. You know, like, that would be the values. So it wouldn't be a far stretch to say that mental illness got lumped in somewhere at some point, right? Like, somebody somewhere was like, I just hate it when, I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, what would, oh, you could just, you know what, never mind, I'll just go with the, ooh, hello. When you do your deals with the devil, as a la a vampire would, you were opening yourself up to melancholy and what's the like? There's like a certain phrase I'm trying to think of from like classic lit that you see every now and then, like a sluggishness of spirits, but I don't remember the word. Hello. Don't mind if I do. Give me the money. 'Cause that's what it's gonna be. I wish I could skip that, honestly. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so like it's got lumped together at some point, like in the same way of like, I watched a video the other day that highlighted, or it showed a video that was like an abstinence video made like in the 90s or whatever, and it was like the claim itself was like, you have a 50-50 chance of, if you have sex, for instance, you have a 50-50 chance of getting a disease, and if you don't get a disease, then you actually have you're just gonna get a disease. Don't do it. Like, that was the message pretty much. It's like, there's a 50-50 chance, but also you'll get a disease, and don't do it. 100%. So it's like, okay, well, obviously that's very egregious. Like, that's way too much. So like, those anxieties and those extrapolations in the vampire myth itself, probably pretty likely of like, oh well, you know, all those things that you don't like, all those things that are bad for your brain or whatever. Well, you know, dealing with the devil, that's a one-way ticket to all those bad things you don't want. Feeling pretty sad, or that's not even the classic though, because like the classic ones don't care. That's the problem, right? The classic ones is that you won't care about human life anymore, and that's pretty evil. I think we can all agree that that's in because we consume art as humans, not giving a fuck about human. Ooh, wow. This is a problem. I don't think I'm gonna live, fellas. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Maybe if I slow down. Slow down. I do have a revive. Right? No? Yeah, revive. Okay. I think I can... Why did I get a notification? What was that? Okay. Very gently. I think I'll be okay. I just don't move. Or move a little bit, but not much. Home stretch. Fellas. Home stretch. Oh jeez. Chicken. Let's eat some chicken. Yeah. This is a good idea. This is a good plan. We're almost done here. And then I'll go back to rambling. Ooh. Oh. Harry. Oh, there's another boss. Gently. Okay, I'll buy some food. I think I'll be okay. This round isn't as tough as the last. Just gotta watch that boss. Yeah, so classic vampirism wasn't even really concerned about that. I guess it would have been like a footnote that like Carmilla was like really jealous and possessive, you know? Had those kinds of characteristics. That would have been just like a, okay, yeah, that's there, but she's also killing people, so like that takes precedent, and she doesn't care about human life. Don't mind if I do. It wasn't until vampirism, I would, in my, maybe, I'm not certain about the statement, but it probably wasn't until vampires became more the protagonists and the heroes, or not the heroes, I guess. But yeah, the protagonists of the stories did mental illness take much more of a front seat. And that's more so probably because, yeah, okay, vampires kill people, but what if they felt bad about it? Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Well, we got pretty far. We almost got to the achievement, and we got 2 achievements on the way, so 50 entries and Bianca. Ronba gets more projectiles every 20 levels. What is that he has? That they have? Hello? What are you? What does your thing do? Oh, I guess I could do it not hyper. I'll do a different stage since we just did that one. Let me see really quickly too if in the achievements I can see how to unlock that level. Can I get a hint? There's a coffin in the Mad Forest. Oh, we can go do that. I mean, we might as, oops. We'll do it. We'll do baby mode just to knock that one out. What does this do though? Ooh. Oh no. Oh, it bounces back. Okay. It's not as bad. This is rough. Oh jeez. Okay. So once the question, we'll go with garlic. Once the question was asked, how could a human deal with the effects of needing to feed on life was proposed. That's probably when mental illness got introduced, right? Because the only way that you can have a protagonist that isn't just of pure evil, that is sympathetic in some way. Wait, let me use my brain for a second. Okay. That is sympathetic in some way is either, off the top of my head, you have either that they have guilt over the act of needing to take life or to feed from humans, or that it's just a consequence of who they are, I guess. And that's two examples, you know, Louis and Lestat, right? Louis being grieving over it. He feels terrible about it. And Lestat's just like, hey, wait, whatever, man. I'm over here doing flips in my theater. Like, I got bigger fish to fry. And that's why I initially was, yeah. Is he an anti-hero? I'm trying to remember the definition for anti-hero. I don't think he is an anti-hero based on the, like, baseline definition. Well, because an anti-hero is, like, as far as I remember, it's basically a villain character, but you're rooting for them because they have a certain level of humanity and or likability about them, right? So maybe Lestat is an anti-hero. At least in the first one, in the movies. I don't remember as much in the second one. I feel like you were just kind of following on Lestat's adventures a bit more in the second one. It wasn't really as, like, focused on that aspect of himself. The first one, you know, talked about it, so took a break from that, I guess. And I did something else. This character's really slow. Did we? We did not. Crown is for the pentagram. Let's try again. See if we can get it. I haven't ever leveled the pentagram up because it clears the stage and I don't understand the point yet, but maybe once you upgrade it, maybe it's really good. I don't know, we'll find out. Yeah, back to the point though. You have to make your character sympathetic in some way, I guess, or at the very least not linger. I guess if you wrote from the perspective of not, like, caring, like that the perspective of a vampire, you know, where it's like they disregard human life, so it's like, okay, yeah, it's a footnote, whatever. So I ate a person. We're not gonna dwell on that. Which is kind of what they do with Lestat. He's just like, yeah, okay, so I fed, and then I moved on with my life. Because think about it like that. You can't really have... I guess you could by modern days is like a... Seems like a kinky thing, you know? So weird. I don't know how I feel about that. But you could get away with it, I'm sure. There's a niche for everybody. And everything. I don't want to get spinach again. I do need Spellbinder for the book, though. I already have it. Never mind. Let's go book. I don't remember. I mean, like, Carmilla was... Like, she didn't understand the value of human life and didn't understand... She thought she understood love, but she didn't. Not really. She was very selfish in that, in her love. So she didn't get that. But like I said, they don't really linger on those aspects of it as much. The classic lit. I'm trying to think if there's any other pentagram. Erases everything. It also erased the XP is gone. I don't know if this is worth it. This kind of blows. Let's find out, I guess. But boy, howdy. Oh yeah, I gotta find the coffin. Where's that? Ooh, top left. Is that the coffin? I guess we'll go find out. Let me think. Where were we? I guess it's a common, I guess the reason we see it so much now is that okay, this kind of hurts though. It is just a common trope for vampires to be very, what's the word? Have a very low self-esteem about things. Be very conflicted about the vampirism they have. And I like the way that Jenny Nicholson phrased it, which was like that's who, I'm trying to remember the episode. But whatever. The only yeah, in the Vampire Diaries episode of Jenny Nicholson mentions that the only trying to get rid of that boss. The only vampire story to oh, Pentagram does it randomly. Oh shoot, I didn't know that. Okay, well that helps a little bit, I guess. The only vampire story to show vampirism as being like this really cool thing and just going all in was Twilight. Like they doubled down hard on how much like, yeah, Bella just wants to be a god. Oh, that was the other thing. So current modern interpretations of the vampirism itself is basically that you're just a god. You're a godlike power. And I was reading this one dissertation that was available that wasn't behind a paywall. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Which was talking about how Bella is basically trading her sexual autonomy and I don't remember the words. Oof. In order to be a god, pretty much. I thought that was, yeah, that sounds about right. Or sexual power and economy. I don't remember. It was a very feminist dissertation. I don't remember the specific words that they use. Why was I even talking about that? Oh, because I thought it was funny. Because yeah, you become a god. And the only way to make becoming a god seem not so cool, I guess, is to be like, wow, but that sucks that you have to drink blood and not be very good person, doesn't it? That's all you've got. And when Twilight essentially just ejects that from the plot by going, well, you don't have to drink blood from people, so like it's like it's the equivalent of an all beef diet, I guess. Which people do that. I'm not gonna judge because my diet is not great. It's not the best. I have anxieties, so you know, part of it, part of the deal. Are we almost near that thing? Yeah, we're getting close. That's a conversation for a different time. But all beef, like all meat diet seems so strange to me. Like I get people like that's their comfort zone when they eat a lot of beef or a lot of, I guess I should say meat instead. But all meat? Nothing else? Why? What's the point? That can't be good for you. You know? That can't be good for you. Whatever. So that's what vampires are, I guess. They're all meat eaters. And they have a lot of guilt about that. So yeah, so like, just erases that from the plot. I wonder if you can, I don't know, like I said, I didn't get far enough in the Vampire Chronicles series. I don't know if you could actually survive off of animal, but I'm curious now if they ever address that. Louis got away with it for a while. And he survived, but he was in a weakened state, if I remember correctly. I'm really excited for the TV show that's gonna come out. It's got Jacob Anderson in it. Really jazzed for that. And I will be listening to the audiobook for Interview with a Vampire again in order to mentally prepare myself. So maybe I'll talk about it more then. Hi! Skullomaniac. Increases enemy speed, health, quantity, and frequency. Isn't that what you need for the mana? Yeah. Okay. We'll get it. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but we'll get it. We're playing on baby mode, so it should be fine. I ain't too worried. I would like some XP, however. We've just kind of been walking, beelining in that direction. I haven't picked up any in a while. So the question being, can I have a trapdoor, please? Please? Does vampirism... Ooh, I'll take that. Does vampirism cause mental illness, or is it just exacerbating what's already there? Obviously it's up to individual interpretation. Everybody's universe is different. That's why it's fun to talk about, because there's so many different examples and so many different perspectives on it. Ooh, perfect. Beautiful. Oh, that's another reason why we haven't been getting much XP. Pentagram. Not a big fan of that. And it is fun to think, like, for yourself, if you were to create a vampire story or whatever, where would your priorities lie? What story would you want to tell? And why would you want to tell that as well? That's one of the fun parts of breaking down vampires, in my opinion, because it is something that has always been very interesting for me and something I've always kind of gravitated towards, and being able to look at that and be like, why is that what my brain is latched on to? And to be like, oh yeah, because they live forever, they get god powers, they have no health issues. Yeah, I'd take that trade. So like, to unpack that for yourself, I feel like is a fun thing to do, and it's very important. And it leads you to, like, because, like, vampires are my thing, right? I admit that. That's cool, whatever. Also, this is called the Casarello, or a Carello. Is that what that's called? How you say that? Is there an upgrade for it? No, there is not. Okay. So I challenge everyone to look at their specific thing and to try and figure out why that's their thing. Oops. Go ahead and revive. Because you might learn something about yourself never knew before, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty tight. And it's something you can bring into therapy, baby. That's what I do. Ooh, not erase items. Okay. Okay. So you can upgrade it to be good. Okay. Alright, did they... I feel like... Ooh, that hurt. That hurt. Maybe I should just wait. Let them come to me. I have garlic. I can kill them. Oh, no, no, this is not good. I can kill them in 1 to 2 hits, but I need help. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna go for it. I'm taking a lot of hits. Might be risky, but I think since we're playing on baby mode, we will ultimately be okay. It's just a little hairy for a bit, and I need to focus and not think about stupid garbage for a minute. That's my specialty. No! Wait, come back. I would really like some health, please. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, no, it's not fine. Okay. That character's tough. That's difficult. I don't know how I feel about that. That may be a, wait until they get an upgrade. Because that's, they're very, very slow. Okay. Huh. Let's see. Is there an achievement for surviving as any of these heroes for a while? The easiest mission to do would be the library, so I may go do that one. Just knock one out here. Oh, I didn't get the Skull Maniac. I gotta survive 30 minutes with this character. So let's just do this in the library. Get the Skull Maniac unlocked. We'll just do baby mode. Just knock it out. See if we can get the mana upgrade, because I want to see what that looks like. Let's do cross. I've done that one in a minute. Okay. I think I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about with the vampire stuff. It's like I said, open to interpretation. It's kind of whatever you want to do with it, whatever you want to make of it. It is important to note as well that of all of the examples that I gave, I'm pretty sure the only examples of no traces of any kind of penchant for melancholy or various whatever would be the other members, I guess. Some of the other members of the Twilight family, whatever. They probably are fine. They're doing great. They're kicking it. Rune Tracer? I don't know. I've not done it in a minute. I like Rune Tracer. And I'm trying to think if Armand had anything going on for him. What did I say Clover was? Gotta pull it back up. Clover is cross. Okay, perfect. Oh. Okay. Whoops. I'll get it next time. We didn't really see... There is a book strictly about Armand, so we didn't really get to see much of him. Maybe they do go over that? Maybe? I don't know. Was there any other characters off the top of my head that I didn't talk about? I didn't really talk too much about the Suki characters. I mean, varying degrees. Like, all of the Suki vampires don't care about people. Like, they're... I can't think of a... I mean, there's, like, exceptions to every one character, I think. But basically, for the most part, each exception exists on its own. And, so, like, I guess spoilers for those if you don't want that. But, Suki has a, like, tiny amount of fairy blood in her, which is supposed to be, like, super attractive to vampires in that universe. And so, one of the characters ends up... Because he's very much interested in Suki, and he can't quite figure why. So he kind of, like, not lies to himself, but kind of makes it an excuse to explain why he's so interested in this character. And now, obviously, those are romance novels, too, so you're supposed to just be like, okay, winks at camera, whatever you say, Eric. But, you do, you do get to see Eric, because you don't get to see, okay, you don't get to see too many vampires pre-vampirism, like first-person perspective. What do I want here? This is wand. What are we even doing here again? Do anything? There's some books over there. Do I want that? Sure. Let's go over there. Go see what that is. But yeah, you don't really get to see too many vampires pre-vampirism. You get to see Louis. I don't know anything about the Buffy show stuff, so I can't say for certain. I have zero experience with that. Oh, we didn't even get Pentagram this time. Adorn. I don't know anything about the Buffy stuff. I did watch about, like, I don't know, 6 episodes of Supernatural, and they had a couple of vampires in them, but I think they followed more along the lines of the monster vampires, which I think is what Buffy's is, like, in between monster and sympathetic, because you have a love interest that is a vampire, right? but I'm not certain about that. Like, most of them are monsters, but a couple of them have a conscience. I think that's how that works. Which is pretty common, I think, when vampires are the monster of the week instead of the main showcase, or like any of the protagonists or whatever. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. Your monster movie vampire with like 1 or 2 exceptions. But yeah, you don't get to see too many vampires pre-transformation. I don't know. I didn't... I'm trying to think of any other examples. Because people do get turned in or in the True Blood. But I didn't finish True Blood either. So, limited experience on that one too. Mostly, wait, no, I don't need any either of those. I did not. I considered going for the daggers, but I did not end up going for. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. And I am actively, especially because they are updating this game quite a bit, and I do like to have at least some section of this stream on Vampire Survivors Night to talk about vampires themselves, because I think that's funny and fun. Oh yeah, the armor can be Rune Tracer. It doesn't say it's highlighted as an option though. I don't know if that's true. Unfortunately, the name of it on the little guide I have up here is called No Future, and if I'm assuming that's just the name of it because it's a really weird way to say it, but it also, like, the first time I read it, I thought it was like, oh, it's not in the game yet. Okay. So, I'm a little confused, but it's fine. I've got the spirit. Oh yeah, and another thing I considered talking about today, because I started watching... I watched the first episode of Our Flag Means Death. I was considering talking about the intersection between werewolves, vampires, and pirates, and there was another one. And where they all kind of like meet together and stuff. But I guess I'll save that one. Couldn't find too much on that one when I was looking around, and the other question got my interest more so at the time. So maybe next time we'll talk about that. And where they all meet and intersect in depth. But Our Flag Means Death is very, very queer, and I like to see that. I haven't watched enough. I've seen... The only reason I started watching it really was because I've seen hundreds of GIFs on like Tumblr and stuff to watch it. So... that's what intrigued me. They also have a non-binary character, which I thought was really cool. Played by an actor who is non-binary, written by writers who are non-binary. So I wanted to see how they kind of handled... Can I have this? Thank you. I wanted to see how they kind of handled their interpretation. And in a, I guess... more consumable space, because it is it? Wait. Is it a... I don't know actually who like makes it or whatever. But like, my parents are watching it, so you know, like, it's out there available for people to watch. So like, how are they gonna handle that conversation? Because if it's like a kid's show, or if it's like made for queer people, you know pretty much how they're gonna handle the conversation itself, probably. Like, you can take some good guesses. But I don't watch much TV in general, but I don't know how a show that would just come on TV for people to watch would handle that conversation. Like, the demographic being, like, my parents, you know? I don't know how they would handle that conversation, so I'm interested to see. And also interested to see if it helps Because I've never actually like officially talked about my own experience much. I did to my mom some, but I don't talk about it all that much. And so having a character to be able to point to be like, yeah, so you know that character? It's kind of like that. I don't know if that'll be like nice to have. I guess it depends on how they handle it, or if they even get through the whole series. I think they're like 4, maybe 3 episodes in. So I don't think they've gotten to the actual part where they talk about it all that much yet. But we'll see. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet either, so I don't know. I know what happens because of the gift sets, but I don't know how they handle it. That's exciting. I'm not much of a pirate person in general, but I can respect it, you know, because it's still a very typically like queer space a lot of the times, I feel like. So we'll see how they do. We'll see. It's just not my aesthetic as much. I was an emo kid, I'll admit it. I don't have lightning rod. So the goth aesthetic speaks to me on another level, you know? It's much more personal than the pirate aesthetic. What is the werewolf aesthetic? What is that even supposed to be? All I can picture is like shorts that have been cut with scissors and no shirts, or just like a earth tone t-shirt. I feel like that's the vampire aesthetic. And while that's very relatable, as far as like, it looks very comfortable and I like comfortable clothes, it's not been marketed to me the same way, you know? I don't know. I guess it's more of like a earthy, like, I don't want to say rowdy aesthetic because that doesn't make any sense, but that's what I'm gonna go with. I know it doesn't make any sense, but there you go. Just hanging out, having a good time. Campfire aesthetic, maybe. You know? Like you're just roasting a marshmallow over the campfire. I personally don't like camping. Not a fan. So, not all that surprising. We got the books, so I guess I could stop wherever I want to stop. I'd like to get another... Okay, wait. What do I have? Rune Tracer. I need the clove, or no, spinach. I need spinach. Okay. I'll gun for that. Yeah, so we'll talk about that some other time. In depth. Whenever I feel like it. Probably next time there's an update, honestly. I only play this game when there's an update. It's a very fun game. It's very nice and relaxing, but I'm doing other stuff right now. I've been wanting to do art stuff, but I'm kind of intimidated, honestly. I don't know why. I think it's just because I took a break for a little while Clip Studio was struggling. I don't know if it was just on my end or if they did something, but it fixed itself in a couple days, so I'm inclined to say it's their end, but maybe not. But it wasn't working. Anytime I boot the art program up, it would just freeze and spin there forever, and then I couldn't do anything. So I took a bit of a break from art, and now I'm nervous to pick it back up. I do have a project I'm working on right now for different subtle pride flags for like a phone wallpaper. I've searched that before, and I feel like I want to contribute to that. So I've been working on that. I've got one done, which is the pan flag. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to do any kind of recolors of those. It may depend on what the flag is. I may just go look through all the different colors and see what colors would apply, and then make those work and not worry about the ones that aren't as... It's like a scene with some trees and stuff, and there's a sky scene. It's got sky in it. So like I feel like only certain kinds of colors would work, but maybe not. Maybe I can make all of them work. I don't know. But I've got plenty of ideas. but it's the execution phase. I'm kind of a perfectionist with things, so it's the execution phase that always slows me down. Oh my gosh. Okay. Because it's always like, oh, but what if it doesn't look like the thing that I want it to look like? And I gotta stop myself and go like, well, that's not the important part. You need to just do it. And then if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then it's too bad. You did it. You tried your best, champ. Like, I gotta give myself a whole fucking pep talk to do anything. It feels like. But, if I wasn't gonna work on that, I thought about streaming it today, but I wanted to do this instead. But, the alternative was that I've been playing, Mystic Manager, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a dating sim game app on your phone where they text you in real time and they ask you whether or not you've slept or ate, and then proceed to call you, like, or have chat rooms like 4 or 5 times throughout the night at like midnight, and then like 3 a.m. and then like 7 a.m. and then like 10 a.m. I'm very tired. But anyway, my idea for trying to emulate the art style and do a little fan art was to take Jumin, which is like in the game itself, he's like a businessman, and put him over if you just like Google search stock business photo or stock businessman photo, just silly versions of that, silly photos of that, and I feel like that could be fun. That could be fun. So I look forward to doing that. I hope it's I can do it. I don't know. I get nervous about doing emulated styles, especially when there's like painting involved. I don't feel like I have enough of a grasp on painting. I'm still learning. So especially like lighting and stuff. Ugh. But it shouldn't be too bad, especially because I'm gonna like have plenty of reference. I've already got the tabs open, baby. I've got like 50 tabs. It's not that many. It's like 10, but it still feels like 50. I've got that brain rot issue where I hate having tabs open any more than like 4, and I'm chomping at the bit to just close them out. But I know I won't remember. I will never remember. I have to leave them and suffer. Talk about melodramatic. Fucking vampires, though. That's something I didn't talk about. Was the melodrama. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but boy howdy. That's a big part of it. Everything's do or die. 100%. Hit the gas. Okay. I think we're just gonna chill here. I think we just have to survive the whole match. We've got a good enough spread that we will be fine. Seems like. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. What else was on my docket? Talk about. I've only finished. Speaking of Mystic Messenger, I've only finished 2 routes. I don't know what happens yet, but it is a fucking mess. I recommend checking it out if it's something that you're interested in. However, like I was talking about with my friends last night. Oh, whoops. It doesn't matter. Whatever. There's a certain point in the route that I'm in now where the drama gets ramped up to 100 because it starts off and you're just this random person that I think you like pick up a phone somewhere and you're like, whose phone is this? I want to return it to the person. That's pretty normal, right? And you get a text message being like, here, return it at this address. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll do that. Whatever. And you go over there and I think you get added to like a messenger group chat for this group that hosts a party, and you get like stranded in an apartment, like locked in an apartment somewhere, and it's like, okay, I mean it's a stretch, but that's fine. It's a dating sim game. It's gonna be a little silly, right? Oh, boss. Hello. It's gonna be a little silly, you know, whatever. But then, in the route that I'm doing, like I'm not gonna spoil things by talking about like what's going on or whatever. But basically, the very basic bare bones explanation, and there may be a few spoilers, so if that's something that interests you, maybe mute for a second. But very basic bare bones of the situation is that there's a bomb in the apartment that I'm at because there's a lot of valuable information, and the hackers have hacked into the bomb, and it could blow up if anybody tries to come help me. Anybody that any of my friends try to come help me. And then in order to save the day, the love interest character that I'm talking to has to infiltrate their evil base and figure out what they want. Or whatever the fuck. So like the past, they just came back around, I don't know, like 6 p.m. today. But for like 24 hours in the chat logs, when I was talking to people, it was always like, I hope they come back and safe and they don't die. I hope it's okay and they don't die. And I mean, I'm sitting over here like, this is a little something. God damn. And for a game that seems to be very interested in trying to establish, well, I guess not. From the beginning, they had the whole apartment bit. But it seems like their focus is trying to be like, oh, you person who has downloaded this app in real life, you're just along for the ride. And it kind of takes you out of it to be like, okay, well, there's a bomb where you're at, but don't worry about that bomb, but also worry about that bomb. Are you trying to make me feel engaged in the game, or are you just fucking with me? What's going on here? But that was kind of fun. It was a very novel experience. Like I said, I do recommend it. It's a can't believe I just said that. It's a novel experience having to fear for my life and the life of my love interest for 24 hours. I mean, that's cool though. It's in real time, so you're like, the whole time you're like, wow. To the other people in the chat room, you're like, wow, I hope they're okay. I hope it's gonna be okay. Or even worse, something that bothers me with the game, and this is a minor like nitpick or whatever, but maybe this is just the route that I picked. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're not all like this. But like the whole time, I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief, which I can do easily. It's fine. But the whole time that I'm quote unquote in this apartment with this bomb, I'm over here like comforting everybody else and just being like, oh, it's gonna be okay. It's fine. Like, I'm not worried. I trust these people. It's like, no, I want people to comfort me. I'm the protagonist. I am the person who is like trying to project myself onto this situation. I want people to care about me. Why am I being like, I'm babying all these people that are fine. They're 100% fine. Like, they're just hanging out in their penthouse. Just being like, man, I hope they come home. And I'm like, yeah, it's supposed to be the love of my life. But I'm over here being like, oh, it's gonna be okay, sweetie. It's gonna be great. You're gonna be fine. Or everything is gonna be a-okay. Like, god damn, dude. That's so much to ask. I don't know. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. But it's fun. I think it's cute. They're actually, so the creator of the app itself is called Chariots, I think. That's how you pronounce it. It's a Korean company, and they're coming out with a new one called The Sun with 2 S's at the end of the month, the 27th. So if that is something that interests you, I very much recommend checking it on the ground floor. When it launches, I don't think this is probably not like you know how like some video games where it's like, yeah, don't, like Elder Scrolls for instance, don't if you can help it, don't play it for a month or two until the fan patches start launching and coming out, because it's gonna be a buggy mess. Like I doubt it's a otome game. It's dating sim. Like, it's probably okay. Other than servers, like just maybe wait. Don't get too invested for the first day in case the servers are all fucky. Be willing to reset your progress. But Apparently in the new one, the thing that I'm most interested in is that you'll be able to set the times that you're awake, and they will not talk to you in the times when you're asleep. So you can't really miss things nearly as much. It's much more manageable. And I get why they did it in the original game, because the whole marketability of the game is based on that you can purchase hourglasses in order to skip scenes or to replay scenes that you missed. So they make money through microtransactions through that system. So I understand why they make it not impossible, but difficult. I'm glad to see it go. I really appreciate being able to set my own schedule, especially because I stay up until I'm on the East Coast, so I stay up all the way up to hello boss. I stay up all the way up to like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. typically. I just don't get sleepy until that time. So I appreciate being able to set my own schedule. That is really nice. Hydrate. That was one thing too that bothered me about I don't know, that happens a lot though. There's a lot of apps that treat schedules as... There was this one UI in, I think it was Fitbit. My mom got me a Fitbit randomly for Christmas, and when I went to put in the times where it wants you to like walk and do your activity stuff, it would not let you put the wake up time in the PM. It just refused. It's like, okay, well, I guess I can't use that feature. Whatever. Oops, I ate some food. What else is going on? I'm gonna have to learn how to baby a sourdough starter at some point. My family's been keeping a sourdough going and thriving and keeping the yeast alive and stuff for like 2 or 3 years now, for a while. And I just recently started cooking with it and baking my own bread. And I have my own little jar now for sourdough, but I don't know what to do with it yet. I gotta figure that stuff out. There's a lot of different methods to how you can do it. Some people take it really far, I think, personally. Considering it's a minor hobby at best for me. Some people will like feed it every couple of hours and leave it on the countertop for a couple days to like all the time. Stuff like that. Treat it like basically like a pet, like a hamster. I got hamsters on the brain lately. That's a different story. I don't think I want to go that far, but I'll just hang out here until the finale. But I gotta figure out how to do that and what I'm gonna do with that at some point. It's not much of a story, but there you go. If you got any pro tips, let me know. I do have a friend who's very much into baking and cooking, and he has his own sourdough, so I'll probably hit him up for some pro tips, some his opinion, because he's usually got opinions on food and stuff. So like, yeah, you know, it's a good place to start. Let's see what else we got. Phasmophobia got an update not too long ago. About a week ago, maybe not even that long ago. It was very recent. When did that come out? It's a couple days ago, whatever it was. And Phasmophobia is like my friend group's like hangout game. We just go and vibe and like yell at ghosts, and it's a good time. It's always a very good time. I recommend that game quite a bit. I even I tried it out in VR in group for the first time, and I haven't really done much with VR, so I was a little nauseous, but it was fun. it was weird. It was hard to move at first, but I figured it out. I got my sea legs. And, basically just hindered the team the whole time. But there were some funny bits. I was pretty funny while they were carrying the team. I put the tripods on the ceiling of the van, you know, like I'm helping, contributing. But the update itself was a big VR update. They made it smoother, work better, all this other stuff, and then they added a couple of things like the sound monitor is supposed to be actually functional now, for instance, and I don't know, there was other things too. There was some good things, some good quality of life things in there too, I think, if I remember correctly. And we got to mess with tarot cards for the first time too. And basically what happened is we had, I don't remember the name of the house, but it's the house that has like, let me count them. 4 rooms, I think. Oh, the boss is here. Hello, sir. I think it has 4 rooms, and like you enter it, and it's got a master bedroom on the right side. It has like a bathroom attached to it, past the living room and stuff. Anyway, we were doing that map, and I died like 4 or 5 times that night. I only did VR for a couple rounds, so this was after the VR was done with. But I kept dying, and I died on the stairs because I was trying to get a picture of the ghost. And when I took a picture of the ghost, in the foreground you could very obviously see the machete-wielding, like, monster that was, like, coming towards me. It was a blurry, like, camera shot or whatever, but you could see him, right? He was definitely the focus of the shot. But the what's it called? The journal ended up crediting the photo as tarot cards. And I was like, oh. Well, I gotta find these tarot cards because they didn't want to go back in the house because he was hunting and active and stuff. So I was like snooping around as a ghost, and I found them. They were on the front end table desk next to the front door, and Joe came over and grabbed them for me and started fucking with them, and would just like pull a tarot card and then step out of the door, you know, like whatever. What's the ghost gonna do? I mean, I guess tarot cards you can't die, but whatever. So he's pulling those, and we didn't know what they did. And eventually he got to one that's the High Priestess, and I was revived, and we just fucking skedaddled out of there. I got my money and everything. It was great. It was a good bit. It was a good way to end the session. So I got out of there alive. I didn't even know that was possible. Give me the money. That's my favorite part of Phasma, though, is that like every session is so different. There's always so many like jokes and silly things you can do, and you never know if like the best memories I have too are of the like more aggressive, chattier ghosts, the ones that just like spawn in to like haunt you for 4 times in a row. So you never know if you're gonna get one of those or you're gonna get a silent one, but that random element, for whatever reason, that random element plus the mechanics of the game, what's it called when you have voice relative to the area that you're in? The VoIP, whatever. The VoIP is pretty good, although I hope they fix the fact that you cannot hear anybody upstairs and downstairs. That kind of sucks. But the VoIP is really good, so it makes for some really funny bits. And being able to talk to the ghost adds enough of a random factor that it's just so much fun to go back to and fuck around with. And it's like the perfect hangout game for us. Although, speaking of which, we played that for a couple of sessions. Phasmophobia we played for a couple sessions when we had a group of 4. And then we swapped over to Payday 2, which we haven't played in a long time. We just recently, the past week, started playing it again, and that game was our old chill hangout fun game, and boy has it been really fun to scratch that itch. It's so good. It's so messed up and weird, but it's so good to like get back into it again, because it's such a like, speaking of random factor, there's enough of a random factor it's comfortable in that you know like basically what you're gonna do. You're gonna set the drill. You're gonna run around, shoot cops, whatever. But there's enough of a random factor to each map that it's just there's so much silly shit. It's like you kill somebody and they die in a funny way. You know, that's the basic. That's the easy ones, right? Or the cloaker. I had one instance where we were doing big oil, and we were on the second day of big oil, and I was on the staircase, and there's like awnings on each side of the stair, or like overhangs with I don't know what you would call it. Whatever. There's a staircase, and then on each side of it there's some place to walk, right? And the cloaker came up on the right side of where the staircase was, and I was like halfway down the staircase. He jumps over me to like knock me down, and it turns your camera to watch him when he does it. But he didn't knock me down. He just ended up jumping to the ledge on the other side of me. And it just ended up making me like watch him do this really sick trick. It was so stupid. I wish I got it recorded because it was the dumbest thing I ever fucking saw. So stupid. Oh my god. I gotta get the, yeah. Good call, me. I didn't even think about it. I just got the orb. But it's about, we're about done here, so. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Get all this money. Okay. So it's like stupid shit like that. That's just like, you're just minding your own business, and then like something bugs out, and it does the stupidest thing ever. And you just have to deal with that. You just have to live with that, you know? Like, you just have to keep going. How do you deal with that? I killed him, that's what I did. That's how I dealt with it. But I'm just gonna hang out here and move very slowly. So I miss PeatiJ 2. I'm very glad to get back to it. Back into it and revisit it. It's a good game. Alright, rip. Apparently there's a way you can kill the devil. I didn't realize that until I was poking around on the other Vampire Survivor streams. I was getting ready for this one. You can kill the devil and then unlock him to play him. We'll figure out how to do that at some point, I guess. There's a whole like the Vampire Wiki recommends like 2 different ways to do it, so maybe we'll do that another night. I don't want to do it tonight because I'm still doing just basic unlocks. Just basic achievements. Let's see what we got. Let's do at least one more. I'm kind of running out of things to talk about, but I could come up with something. I'm real good at rambling. Alright, ramblers. Let's get rambling. Is this I keep trying to reload this page, but I don't think it's doing anything. Let me just go back. Alright, Vampire Survivors. Achievements. Please. And then, what else we got left? Did we unlock any? Yes, there's no new characters. I thought we got Skullomaniac. Yeah, we just did that one. Maybe it doesn't update on the... Can I check it in-game, actually? Unlocks? Ah, okay, here we go. Level 60 in the dairy plant. Yata Cavallo. Ramba. Pugnala? What's Pugnala? Do we have Pugnala? No, we do not. Alright. Melise survived 30 minutes in Green Acres. Get Pentagram to level 7. We can do that one. Find the Sorcerer's Tears. Okay. Open the coffin in the Mad Forest. Okay. We can try that again, I guess. I still don't have the tower unlocked yet. Fill 60 entries in the collection. We're working on it. Defeat the giant enemy crab in Gallo Tower. Jallo Tower. I haven't unlocked that one yet. Evolve the pentagram. Evolve and unite Fiero Dare to Fellow and Giant the Sparrow and evolve the Song of Mana. We can't evolve the Song of Mana because that one was, which stage was it? Was that just Green Acres? Sorry, Mad Forest. Is that Mad Forest? That was. Okay. We'll do this one. Because I do want to see. We'll be able to see what one of those... I mean, I know this was the last update, but I never got a chance to look at it. And see. Alex, since I know you're going to watch this, let me know if you want me to... or if you're cool with me doing some grinding offline to unlock some more stuff so I can just show it off on stream instead. I'm good with either. I can do it all on stream or I can do it solo whenever I want to. I don't know if I'll want to, but you know. The option will be there. Why is it? For a second I thought she had like stinky dress. Stink lines. Because of her wiggling. That is not a walk cycle. It's like a sidestep at best. It's a shimmy and a shuffle. Alright, what else? What else? What else going on? We talked about PeatiJ. Razzmatazz. I watch anything? I mentioned the pirates. I was watching something not too long ago. Oh, I watched what was it called? Old Enough? I don't think I didn't talk about that on stream because I watched that within the last week. I don't think. No, wait, maybe I did on the Graffiti Kingdom stream. Oh, it's cute. You should check it out. I actually talked about the show in therapy a little bit, so that's kind of fun. That's a fun little anecdote. I don't know if she'll like watch it. She might. Like that's the thing with my therapist though is like I don't feel weird about recommending that to her because she's talked about Jasper fan fiction before with me and how it's supposed to be the best one. So like at this point, like whatever, man. I've transcended feeling like weird about talking about whatever. She's already played her hand, you know? I don't think I can one up that. Well, I could, but I don't know if I want to purposefully one up her in that department. You know, like I don't want to make it weird. I'll just leave it at that for now, and then if it comes up, it comes up. I think it's a weird sentiment to have as with the person that I've talked to about the most like horrible things. Like in my experience. Huh. How do you have shame at that point, you know? I still do, but like how does that make any sense? Me? How does that make any sense? Give me that. Alright. Let's make the game way more difficult. Sounds like a good idea. Do we get more like rewards for doing this? Is that the reason that you would do this? Or is it just for the masochism? The fun of it. The thrill. Is that why masochists do that stuff? I guess we could get Pentagram while we're here. Right? What was the upgrade for Pentagram? Crown. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, whatever. It's easy mode. As I like died last time I did this. I didn't have as good like picks though. I didn't feel strongly about my picks. I was playing the slow old guy. Didn't feel good about it, but I feel better about this. These are the mana one is in particular is pretty strong. I do like having spinach. Spinach is not all that useful, but it makes me feel like it's doing something because it does more damage, you know? Maybe it is useful. It just doesn't seem like it's not as noticeable, I guess is a better way to put it. I do want... Okay, I'm at a crossroads here. Do I want the Bible for the easy one? Or do I want to risk it with the magic wand? Hi, Anna. Hi. Okay, let's see if we can get the Bible. Hi, Anna. You wanna come snuggle? Is it snuggle hours? Okay. Do what you gotta do, baby. Yes, ma'am. Okay, that's a little much. Oop, getting hit. Here, snuggle up. Here, curl up, lay down. There you go. That's the ticket. Thankfully, I can pretty much play this game one-handed, so I'll pet Anna with the other hand. Seems like a good trade. Not a big fan of playing other games because I can't, she's probably not a big fan of playing other games because I can't give her the attention she demands. We've been trying recently to reintroduce, I've been trying recently to reintroduce wet food into her diet because I know it's supposed to be like good for their kidneys and hydrate your cats with the wet food, you know, like it's supposed to be good for them. You're supposed to prioritize that. Health quantity and frequency by 10%. I don't want to upgrade that one immediately. I want to upgrade some other stuff first. I want to come back for that. But yeah, you're supposed to give your cats like wet food because it's supposed to be way better for them. They get most of their water from their food. And I'm all here for that. I'm like, she's, I don't want to call her a hobby, but like I spend a lot of time trying to take care of her and do the best that I can for her. So like, I'm fine with that. We'll look into it. However, the only food that she's really liked so far made her very stinky the next day. So I will endure, Anna, because I love you. But Lord have mercy, sweetie. That was a little much. Beeper. She's looking at me. Can I help you? This is disrespectful. Disrespectful conversation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Beepo. But you were very stinky. And I don't know if I want to do that every day. That's a lot. That's a lot to unpack, alright? Yeah, I do want that. Beeper. Excuse me, I want food. No, I kind of like didn't gain any health back, but whatever, it's worth it. It ended up working out. The brand that we've been trying is called Solid Gold, and that's the dry food sheets as well. And my dad offered to go to the store and get a bunch of different flavors of the brand that we usually get, and so he ended up bringing home like, oh gosh, how many were there? I didn't actually count. There was at least, let's see, maybe around 20 types of cat food he got to try, and we're on like, I think we're up to number 4 or 5 now, and oh, these are terrible. No, wait. Ah, shit. That means we can't get the book if we go for the cross. The cross is still good. I would prefer the cross over the other two. Okay. Spellbinder, I'm not getting the book this time if I can help it. I can re-roll. I forgot about that feature. I never actually used it, so we'll try that next time. Next time I'm out of luck. Yeah, so we tried about 4 or 5 different types. She didn't touch 3 of the flavors, I think. No, 2 of the flavors. And she ate 2 of the others. So far, my parents' cat, Nico, has not touched any of them. So, he is much pickier, I guess. But he has a little more flexibility with his food. I guess. I don't know. He's so picky though. He likes the only treat that he'll eat that he likes is this like gravy that he gets, and it's only a specific kind. However, that kind changes every like, I don't know, month or so. So you kind of have to like play the lottery with whatever you end up buying and see if he likes it or not. Kind of sucks, but you know, if that's how it is, I guess. Okay. Beeper. So far, the only ones, the most favorite. We didn't finish today's though, which was the tuna and sea bream. But the tuna and mackerel, I think, is the fan favorite, which is the one they used to eat. So it works out. It's about what I expected. But beeper, if you could pick a different, maybe if tomorrow is not too stinky, we'll go with sea bream instead. Big fan of the fish though. Not surprised. The two that she liked, there's like subcategories for each one, right? So like you got the brand of solid gold, and then you have like tropical feasts is one of them that she didn't like, and then the flavor itself was turkey and coconut oil, which like I'm not surprised you didn't like that. I don't think I'd like that either. But the two that she's liked so far were from the same subcategory, which was seafood something. I don't remember exactly now that I'm thinking about it. It was the fishy one. Whichever one's the fishy one. Oh, you're a fishy little gal, aren't ya? Doing like a slow motion biscuit. Okay, there we go. Yeah. What's up? I'm sorry, I had to move my hand. Okay. She's leaving. Important baby business to deal with. I understand. Yes, ma'am. Get right on that. What are you doing? Just playing with the treat bag. I know what you want. Listen, it's not gonna happen. You got treats like 30 minutes ago. Or an hour ago. Whenever I started streaming, I gave you some. I got this, or we got this backpack. Oh, jeez. Oh. Ow. We got this backpack about probably 2 weeks ago. And it's like a cat carrier backpack. Ooh. I want that. And, the weirdest part about it, though, is that it looks like the little Among Us monster person, whatever. I have yet to take her out in it yet. I'm still trying to like butter her up to it. It has like it's actually really nice. It has the functionality where it like zips out into like a little like cat play area. It's not that big, but it's like a cat carrier size, I guess, more so than just a backpack. Oh, this guy's fucked. As long as I can stay right here. I haven't taken her out in it yet. But she's still in the phase of like stinking up the joint. But I'm hoping she enjoys it, and it can probably at least functionally replace the cat carrier when she has to go to the vet and stuff. It's a little easier to carry, and it's a little more. It's got more cover, so she can hide in a little better, which I think she might like. Ooh, oh baby. Ooh, I don't. Evolve Song of Mana might slow. Oh, okay. How does this work? Ooh. Oh. Okay. That's a good deal of damage. We're still looking for the cross, correct? Okay. I'm guessing the upgraded form of the pentagram, just 100% chance to not delete the items. Oh baby, one reroll. King Bible. Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could. Let's risk it. Let's go for it. I want the cross, please. I wonder how they determine what you roll in a match, because it seems a little stacked against certain items, certain times. Although maybe I did get I really don't remember. I might have gotten a cross at the beginning of the game. I don't seem to remember one, but it could have slipped right by me. Alright, let's make it a little more difficult. Actually, I don't need to even do that until the end, because it's already upgraded. Oof. Okay. Oof, okay. Getting a little hairy. It really wants me to take anything but the cross. Okay. Alright. What am I looking for the secondary? What do I need for that? I was a little mean boss. Let me be careful about him. Pentacrown is the crown. Okay, we do need to get that for sure. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, we're good. Axe. We're fine. This is fine. Okay, come on. Big money, big money. Let's get the axe leveled up so we can get the better version. Okay. Quite what I need. I do think I saw the axe, the crown a couple times, and I passed up on it because I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Alright, we can do this. We can do it. Okay, here's a question. Should I play any Castlevania ever? Probably, right? I mean, it is vampire related. As I've mentioned before, I do want to watch the show at some point. Cause it seemed— oh, baby. Thank you. Now for the crown. Last one. We can do it. Gotta get lucky. Ooh, hello. Nope. Okay. I do want to watch the show at some point, but I have a general rule of thumb that anything more intense as far as shows go, I don't want to watch them by myself because I have mental illnesses and my brain doesn't like those all the time. It gets a little, I get a little like in my own head about things sometimes, you know? So I don't like to watch those by myself. I like to have some company. And the current show that me and my friend are watching is Demon Slayer. And I fucking love the art style, but it's a little intense for me to watch on my own. And maybe after that, I think after that though, I kind of want to watch My Hero Academia, because I watched through I think the first season of that on my own, and I either just wasn't interested or it got a little intense for me, so I was like, I'll take a break, and I never went back to it. However, I have a couple of first cousins, and I love them very dearly. And there's one particular first cousin that I have that's pretty young. And I would say that of all of my cousins, I probably have the most in common with her. And I found out last time we hung out, had like a family hangout day, that she was watching My Hero Academia. So I would love to be able to talk about that with her. Hopefully she's still into it, because I think that's been over a year ago now. But no crown. Okay. I gotta remain vigilant, not get too distracted. I don't want to miss the crown again. So that's, I think, next on my docket. I don't know when the next, like, usually we'll do— oh, baby. Yes. Thank you. Bless. Usually we'll do a family get-together like 2 or 3 times a year, but that kind of got difficult once COVID hit, and because my family is not so conscious about COVID. That's a nice way to put it. They don't see it as much of a big deal. So for the initial couple of while, we were kind of hesitant to hang out with them. Because it felt like we would kind of be disregarded in our concerns and our hesitations about certain things and wanting to do certain things. Like we had family members come over like once or twice and we masked and they didn't, kind of thing, you know? So we were waiting for that to kind of cool off a bit. But before that point, we would meet up a couple times a year. And at least we usually get a pool party kind of summertime thing in. So maybe if I can watch the show before then, I can prepare myself so we can have an in-depth discussion. Apparently her favorite character was, at least at the time, was the bird guy. So I want to know what that means. What does that say about her psyche, you know? I want to go read her entire brainwave on what the fuck does that translate to. Just like as soon as my therapist, she shouldn't have done that. As soon as my therapist told me that the Jasper fiction or fanfics were the best ones, I was like, well, I gotta find out what's your damage then. What is it? What are you looking for? The same thing. I mean, this all ties together. It's exactly what we're talking about with vampires and stuff. Like, what does that say about me? There's a lot. I'm not gonna go in depth about that. You can extrapolate that on your own. It's like another Jenny Nicholson video as well that I recommend is the Tomorrowland movie. She talks a little bit about that. Ooh, ooh, okay, evolve pentagram, generates extra gems, and gathers all. Oh wait, what? Oh, does it kill things? Oh, it's got like a time. Oh, all right. I was skeptical. I was real skeptical. But that's pretty cool. How often does it trigger? My next question. How frequently is that gonna happen? It's hard to tell with the, Okay, I think everything so far has been the mana thing. I don't think any of those rings have been, the pentagram. I was hoping it would have, like, a little, like, bit of a countdown for me every now and then. But, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe it's every, like, couple of minutes? Maybe? I don't really need a tracked orb if I have the pentagram maxed out. I guess, because the whole, especially if I'm doing library where it's pretty close quarters. Oh, there it goes. Oh, it gives me gold. Okay, well, let's... Okay. Alright, maybe every minute. Let's see, 17:34 or 33 I think is when it finished, so let's see what the timer says when we get there. We're doing a book clean out soon. We have a local, not local, but it's not too far away to get to a book reselling place that will take your books, and you can buy books on like credit and stuff. It's pretty nice. And we're gonna do a book clean out. So I gotta go figure out what I want to get rid of. While I was looking, I found a book that I think I got from like one of my old English teachers. I think was giving away some books, and I grabbed this one. It was like Elizabeth Tudor Vampire Hunter, Secret History of, or something like that. And I tried again. I tried at the time, and I tried again just today even to try and like get anywhere into it, and it's just, I don't know, man, it's so boring. I never watched and or read about, maybe it's because, like I said, I like vampires to be cognizant and to be like, I want to dissect their psyches, you know? I want to look into their brains and figure out what's going on. Bonus points for love interests, I guess, or how they interact with people, I guess. And like, so just having like, oh, 19, okay, so it's like a minute and a half, something like that. Having monster vampires is just not appealing to me in the least. Not even a little bit. Oh no, what are you doing? She's had this obsession in the past like week. She just started it like a week ago, where she goes up to, like, I have a new bed frame which has a headboard, and she just crawls back and forth on top of the headboard and then like gets stuck in the curtains. I don't know why she does this. I guess it's a hobby. I'm considering putting like towels in between the things so she can't do that. Although I'm a little concerned that she'll just do it anyway and then get stuck. Because she would do that, wouldn't she? Ooh, hello. Hello. Let's go for the crown. Let's get a little XP up. Okay. I didn't even see that one. I get the screen exactly in the middle. There we go. Nice. That's pretty nice. I don't know if I would get it more than once, but it's pretty nice. Maybe on, you know what, that would be a really good, when I'm doing money runs, that would be a really good item. Keep that in mind. What was I even talking about before this? Before Anna distracted me. But yeah, so, that tutor book. Yeah. I don't know, it's like, I think it's primarily like the intersection between fiction and using real people as your protagonists that just is really boring to me. Because I feel like it's like disrespectful or like really weird at the least, right? Like, so Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I have not watched the movie. I tried to read the book, and I just really go over here. Couldn't get into it in the least. So we've got everything upgraded, don't we? Oh, wait. No, we don't. Okay. Cause yeah, it just feels weird to me. Cause like those Abraham Lincoln was a real person. And as much as people try to like dissect information about him and to learn more about him through like his letters and stuff, that's a real goddamn dude. And I feel like it's really weird to make shit up about him. Cause like at what point, even in fiction too, cause I probably have kind of purposefully avoided Hamilton as well for this exact reason. Because I feel like it's just really weird. And I understand that it's like really good too, apparently. But I just can't get past that point of like, and maybe it's conscious of it. Maybe that's the difference. Because I don't feel like either of those books were really conscious of like, these are real people. And so by, okay, here's another example. Speaking of dating simulator games, there is an app. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it may be, wait, actually I might can find it really quickly because it's kind of imperative to the story. Let me see if I can do it without dying. For me to have the name of it, I feel like, because the name is like, I don't know, I'll show you. Let me see if it pops up. Pokemon Prince Otome anime game. I think that's the name of it. Is that the one? Please don't die. Okay. Is that the one? Wait. No, it's not. That's not it. No. That might be one. It's one of these Ikemon games, I think, though. Oh, I gotta... Don't mind if I do. Let me get my water. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe it's a series thing. Okay, so these Ikemon games seem to, like, consistently use, like, real fucking people for their hot anime boys. It really weirds me out. It's the vampire one. That's why it's relevant. Okay, I thought it was the vampire one, but I wasn't sure. So let me pull up the list of the vampires that you can date in this hot anime dating simulator, because holy fuck, these are real people. But why did you picked him? Wait. So number 1 we have Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, I mean, but you know, I start reading this list and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that's just the namesake of the character. That's a pretty cool name. I could see it being like, no. The next one we have is Arthur Conan Doyle. Another highlight we have is Napoleon Bonaparte. You mean the French guy that waged war and killed tons of people? Okay. The French guy, I said. Oh, God. I feel like there's a history nerd out in the ether that I've never met before that is screaming right now. And not in a good way. Oh. Isaac Newton. Another good addition to the team here. Ooh, this one's a good one. Vincent van Gogh. What? Why are we dating Vincent van... They all look the same, too, now that I'm looking at them. They all have same face syndrome. So Vincent van Gogh's the blonde, blue-eyed one. I don't know. William Shakespeare? Alright. I don't think he looked anything like that, but, like... he looks cool in the game. I'll give him that. Oh, we got Mozart. There's nothing hotter than fucking Mozart, baby. I haven't watched the show, or the movies or anything, and I don't know dick all about him, except he was eccentric. That's all I need to know, honestly. To see this picture, and to see how broody he looks in this game, and to know what a, like... I've had him compared to me, to the character of SpongeBob, and Squidward being the other guy. I don't remember the other guy. His rival in real life. Oh. There's Van Gogh. Again? Wait. Oh, is it his brother? Wait, is that really his brother? I'm gonna fucking yell. Hang on. I'm not gonna yell. That would be disrespectful. But I might. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna Google it first. It is his real life brother. Wait, really? No. It is? Oh, God. Why would you do this? I almost want to play it now just to find out. I mean, it's vampire related. I can work it into my work here. You know, like, I could write it off in my taxes. I could do that. I don't think I could do that. I don't think this counts as work yet. This is me just fucking speaking to the internet. To actually, like, 2 people. Thanks for coming, by the way. Who else we got? So his real life, Vincent van Gogh's real life brother, Theodorus. That's literally his name. Okay. And then just Sebastian here on the end. Who gives a fuck, I guess. Like, God, I wish you could see this right now. It's on my phone. I can't even, like, screen share it. I could, but it would be a lot of trouble. There's like a picture. I'll just describe it for you if you don't feel up to searching it yourself. There's a picture here of Vincent van Gogh, our blonde, blue-eyed love interest, fucking beautiful boy. And, it says in the text box, "I've missed you." And he's like, there's a picture next to it, and he's like licking something off your finger. Listen. I understand the appeal of hot boys in games. I get it. I play the games too. But there's no universe where I'm not going to be looking at this CG and just, like, thinking about how, like, troubled the real man was. And how, like, that is a real man. And how, like, he cut his own ear off. And stuff. Like, I'm not gonna be able to think about anything else. There's no way I can look at this. Like, the only person I'm gonna be able to romance is Sebastian. That's because he's nobody. I assume. Maybe he is a real person and they're just like, that's the only one vague enough. Everybody else has, like, it's Vincent van Gogh. Like, it's literally the full name. But this guy's just Sebastian. Maybe if I date him, like, maybe it would be okay. And I tried. I downloaded this app at one point. I want you to know this. I had this app on my phone and it sat there for months, and I booted it up once and it greeted me. You know how the first part of these games always, like, introduces you to all the characters and stuff? I was greeted with that scene, those scenes where it's like, here's all the people, and I couldn't do it. I didn't have the strength to do it. I just closed it and I was like, maybe this isn't for me. It literally says, date 12 of the most famous men in history as vampires. It's not even like, oh shit. That's a lot of boys. I just looked up. Hello, sirs. What can I do for you? Alright, I think I'll be okay if I just don't move. I think I'll be okay. I'm just gonna... Oh, keep hitting my phone on the desk. I'm just gonna have to trust it. Okay. But yeah, I tried, man. Nobody can say that I did not try to date Vincent van Gogh and Napoleon Bonaparte. And I didn't have the strength. I just couldn't do it. I think I uninstalled it not long after. I was also, like, not in a dating sim mode, so, like, I wasn't super into it anyway. You gotta be in the mindset for it, you know? If you go into a dating sim, you gotta, like, yeah, you gotta be in that headspace. Because it's a very niche, particular headspace. Let's read the description while we're here. Also, let me not die as well. That would be, swell. I would like to not die. Police. They're throwing in bats to push them towards me. Nice try, kid. Nothing personnel, kid. Alright. Alright. If I just very carefully, I have to actually pay attention. Hang on. There's like a minute. There's a minute in the whole game where I actually have to, like, use my brain. I'll just use my brain for a minute. And then we'll read the description because, oh my god. Why is this a thing? I also know... I don't have to look at my phone for this. There is a precedent for dating sim games using the base of real life people. There was a game I played, one of my first dating sim games actually, on the PSP, which was like, I don't remember the name of it. It started with an H, I think, and it was based on real life. Ooh, hello Death. Okay, bye Death. I have my revive still? No, I don't. I do! Let me get these. Okay. That was nice. Thanks, buddy. Okay. Get pentagram to level 7. We unlocked a character. 60 collections. Unlocks Banish, whatever that is. And evolve the pentagram. Some money. Evolve Song of Mana. Some money. Alright. We have another character to check out. We'll do that while I'm talking about this. And then I'm done for the night. Christine Devane. So when I look this up, oh, it's pentagram. Alright. Alright. Not a fan. We'll try it though. Sure. I probably, hang on. I meant to do hyper. Just because I don't feel like I'm gonna survive either way. I don't really want to either. I just wanna read the thing and then probably go to bed because I'm kind of tired. But oh, okay. So she starts off with pentagram and a secondary weapon. Oh, she's fast. Wait, hang on. I want to reroll. Get me out of here. What does that say? Yeah, it starts with 1 extra level. Okay. I see. Alright. Reroll. Yeah, give me magic wand. That's the one I wanted. Thank you. Alright, so let's, oh lord, my friend just texted me and told me that they're befriending neighborhood raccoons. Okay. I'll unpack that later. I want to read this description first. You were so fast. Are you permanently this fast? Because I am absolutely here for it. It may just be one of those, like, the first 10 levels things or something, but I like it. Cross. Yes, please. I don't feel like Fire Wand does enough to warrant grabbing it, personally. Not a favorite. So I'm just gonna... you know, I didn't think I'd like this character because I thought it was just gonna be hard mode for hard mode's sake, but if this is the character, then I'm here for it. Okay. I'm listening. You have my attention. Oh. Okay. I have to pay attention for a minute, and then we're gonna read that description. Because I am very curious. Ooh, myself. Oh yeah, that's right. Y'all suck. I remember you. Is there anything we can do? Oops. Yeah. We can get a tracked orb. Well, we don't need it because we got pentagram. We got armor as well. Whatever. We don't need it. I want to break this though. A lucky penny. Wahoo! I saw as well. Apparently, there's a mod for Mario Sunshine called Mario Sunburn, maybe? And it makes it so it's like an open world game. I was hoping to check that out sometime on stream too. Sounds really interesting. And I wanted to play Mario Sunshine anyway. It'd be a good excuse to do 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. All of that came from saying wahoo. Thanks, brain. Appreciate the association on that one. Alright. Alright. Can I get a minute here? Fellas. Listen. You're all great and all. But I would like... Ooh, excuse me? To read something. Jellyfish. Oh no, what you doing back there, baby? Playing in a plastic bag? Let me check on her real quick. Oh, you're sleeping on top of a plastic bag. Okay. That sounds like the best bed you could possibly... Don't sleep in your... Ooh, pardon me. Go ahead and do that. Don't sleep in your cat beds. Multitude of cat beds. Or my bed, even. No, that's a bag. That's a comfy bag, though. She's been like... We've been waging war over that bag, too. So I want to put that bag on the end table next to my bed. And she wants it on the floor. And we go back and forth every couple of nights over this. Constant war. Oh, hello. I'm just gonna skedaddle, don't mind me. Did we ever unlock... I think we did unlock that coffin. It just took a while. Because the guys were so beefy. Yeah, we did. It was a character. I remember that now. Yeah, let's invest in crown since we're here. Alright, we'll have to wait. I'll have to pay attention for a little bit. I'll put my phone to the side here. Ooh! Oh. Okay. And then we'll look at it as soon as I get beefed up enough to I'm almost too fast. Almost too fast. Like skittering into them now. We'll check out the description for that in just a minute. Do I want the attract orb? Attract orb would be lightning rod. Lightning rod's pretty good. I like having. No, I don't. Wait. No, because I have pentagram. Duh. I already decided on that one. I just really like attract orb. I just like really being lazy, sitting in the middle while I do other shit. Thank God for revive, because the thing that would always get me was I could get away with it fine, but we haven't done knife tonight yet. Let's do it. It's been a minute. Not done knife in a little while. The thing that would always get me whenever I go like, oh, it's AFK time, the boss would slink in and beat me up. But now that I got that guaranteed revive, I can usually get away with everything. Beautiful. Love to see it. Okay. Let's do, yeah, more projectiles. Wait a second, wait. Attract orb isn't. Attract orb is the water, I think. What is attract orb? I think that's water. I thought it for a second I was stuck on the lightning rod, but that's the duplicator. Oh well. Yeah, I don't want to erase stuff. Erase stuff. Scoop all this up. Don't mind me. Ooh, ooh, ow, ooh. I am in a dead end. Ooh, ooh. Okay. We're fine. We lived. That's all that matters. Could use some food though. There we go. Ask and ye shall receive. You just, ooh, let me push him out of the way. Oops. Alright. These lizard guys are pretty beefy. I'll just dance around the ghosts then. Ooh, okay, I can use that. Very beefy, wow. Let's use it again, whatever. Do I still have, I think I still have my reroll. Do I still have my reroll? Might have been a good time to use it. I need more weapons. A little behind. That's one downside of the pentagram, is it does kind of hurt you early game. Since you can't get XP from all the enemies. Don't mind me. Excuse me, pardon me. Let me just slip by you here, sir. Okay. Tome. That's a good one. I want to be careful not to get trapped like I did earlier. Okay. I think I can make my way back down. There should be some stuff I can pick up along the way. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Ooh. Nope, just gonna push him out of the way. Excuse me, sir. Oh, ow. Ooh, that was a mistake. I have to be very focused. I can't talk about bullshit. That's my specialty. Oh no. Down here? I'm gonna dance in between items at this point. Let me see if I can. Oh. Alright, let's see if we can make our way back up. And that pentagram deleting everything really does suck. Did we get the... We did get the crown, okay. So we have extra XP, but because it just eats so much of the XP, it's just tough. I guess that's why they, makes sense now why they made this character so fast. It's the only way you could balance this shit. Be survivable long enough to get anywhere. It's more of a detriment even. Yeah, I probably wouldn't use Pentagram if it wasn't for, there we go. Probably use it. Ooh! Oh, that was dangerous. Where is he? There he is. Oh. Be very careful here. I'll wait for the Bibles to come out. Should be okay. Ooh, nope, I'm not. I risked it. Risked it. Keep saying risked it. It was not worth it. Pentagram, any day now. Oh. Didn't drop anything. Oh my. I forgot Dairy Farm. I'm not gonna lie. I know I came in here not expecting to live long, but I forgot all of how difficult this is. Or I guess just how much stuff they throw at you. You never get to level up. Those are, I can't even, like, can't even kill those. The only thing I can kill is the ghost. Little baby boys. That's it, that's all I can kill. Okay, I'll that was a mistake. I gotta get food. I am very hungry. Excuse me, pardon me. I got to, oh, okay. Oh, baby. Alright. And a tract orb. We have been so far all the way around the map. And a tract orb right now, or not a tract orb, the item, the attractee item. Really nice right about now. See if we can get it. If we can get lucky. Oh, there's a boss. Okay. Oh. I literally can't stop moving. I will die. Maybe that's a little much, but it feels like I can't stop. I'm not like super well practiced in bullet hells. I'm not gonna lie. So this is not my strongest suit. Oh, oh, go down and then circle back. Do some damage. Did he? No, he didn't die. Okay. There we go. Oh my god, I just need XP. Please have mercy. Can I have the attractable? Can I get? Ooh. No, it wasn't worth it. I was hoping I could like. Yeah. Oh no, no, no. Never mind. I was hoping I could skill shot a. I really need that chest. Let's see if we can loop all the way around. Oh, Laurel might be nice right about now, but okay. Projectile. We'll invest in projectile. A good investment? Question mark? Maybe? It's either that or magic beam, and I can aim this. Okay, let's get it. Just get it run. Oh, really? That's not what I wanted. Okay, alright. More pentagram, I guess. Okay. Ooh, 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 excuse me. Can I have... Oh, there's some... I know where there's some food. Let me see if I can... Oh, I'm so low. I can't. I have to play it safe. I do still have a revive. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. No. Oh. But I want to save that as long as possible. I can't kill them. They're just too beefy. Look at this guy. He's dancing. Surfing. Okay, can I have, yes. I mean, there's better items right now, but I'll take it. Okay. Just need to get in the middle of stuff and not die. Give me something good to eat. Okay. Oh, there's so much stuff. I'm gonna die. Duplicator. Oh, I'm in pain. Freeze. That's right there, freeze hole. There was food up here, wasn't there? I don't know, I'm so lost. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Food. Okay. Alright, I think... Oh, jeez. Please use it. Oh. Okay. Alright, now it's paying dividends. Oh, no. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, no. There's no way. I just don't have the items for it. I'm just gonna run through. Okay. Alright. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. No. I can't. Yeah. I don't have the items. Unlucky. Alright. I'll stop there. But I want to read this. We're gonna read this first. Let me swap over. I'm not starting soon. Ending soon. Okay. Alright. Alright. I'll go get a song on. It'll be nice and cozy. Let's go see. What song do we want? Let's see. Let me go to my channel. I have a playlist on here somewhere. There you are. I have a Castlevania song. I'll pick that one. Where are you? There you go. Gotta turn it down. Might be a little loud. Sorry about that. Okay. Turn down a little bit. Alright, let's read. Let's read this description. Turn down just a touch more. Alright. This is the Ikemon Vampire Otome game. Let's see what we got. Date 12 of the most famous men in history as vampires. Play the top free Otome romance game in English. A chance encounter in the Louvre leads you to a mansion full of some of the greatest men from history. But there's a twist. They're vampires, and they're out for blood. Your blood. Oh my god. Can you survive a month living under the same room as these deadly handsome men, or will you give in to temptation? I gotta drink water. Okay, this is like, whoever wrote this, A+. Absolutely. Okay, Ikemon Vampire Temptation. Oh, that's not a subtext. Temptation in the Dark is the newest edition. Oh, it is. Okay. To Cybird's hit Ikemon series of Otome games. If you enjoyed Midnight Cinderella, which I did play actually, I did like it. That was probably my first, one of my first Otome. It was my first Otome app, I think. My first Otome game. Sengoku Ikemon Revolution. Get ready for another romantic phenomenon that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Get lost in a mystic, tender, and thrilling interactive romance novel with love interests that include none other than Mozart, Isaac Newton, and Shakespeare. Ready to make history? Enjoy a vibrant, exciting romance complete with engaging music, gorgeous illustrations, and character voices. Receive 5 free chapter tickets each day for progress through the story. Free to download. Thanks, fellas. So normally the way they do these kinds of things, if you're not in the know and you don't like dating simulators and stuff, the free-to-play ones, they have 2 ways to progress the story. Typically, they give you tickets each day so you can go through, but they lock special like CG images and stuff behind paying them for their currency. So you can like look at the hottest like pictures of your fave boy or whatever. I guess, or girl, yeah. Fave person. Behind the paywall. So like it becomes like addictive if you're like really into a certain character, right? That's typically how they do it. But not everyone. Like Mystic Messenger is actually really, really accessible, especially now I think that it's at the end of its like life cycle, and their next game, their new game is coming out soon. So if you're ever interested in them, that's a good place to start. There's plenty on Steam you can go play. There's plenty of free-to-play ones. Like hell, go play the Colonel Sandra one. I hear good things about it. But I can't in good conscience recommend the ones that do it this model. I personally don't like it, but I mean, to each their own too. Arcane is kind of a hybrid of the two too, and that has gay choices as well as they them pronouns. So, you know, something to keep in mind. Anyway, back to the description. What do we got here? Yeah, the dude's just Sebastian. Like, it doesn't give you any more context. Just Sebastian. He's here too. Maybe I should... Sometimes they're locked behind, like, certain routes. So, like, in Mystic Messenger, half of the people aren't dateable until you've done the baby mode. Actually, maybe you can unlock them with currency. I don't know. Anyway. So, Sebastian may be, like, end tier. Like, I'd have to play, like, 200 hours of this game to get there. Maybe. Maybe not. Check it out if you want me to, Alex. Let me know. I'll download it. Whatever. What else am I gonna do? Gives me something to yammer on about for 3 hours. Let's see, what do we got? What else do we got? Collect exclusive cards. Dress up with cute attire. That's another feature of these games. A lot of the Atome games on the phone, the free-to-play ones especially, where it's like they give you tickets, they have like a dress-up like mode. So like, there's this one game, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like survival something. And I did play through that one all the way through once. And it's a like a zombie post-apocalyptic dating simulator game. So in the dress up feature, you have like sweatpants and here's a torn shirt. It's just so silly to me. Like the Cinderella one was like, oh, here's gowns and whatever and nobility and peak dressing game stuff. But the zombie one was just like, I don't know, here's an axe. You want some flannels? It's perfect. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. That was not sarcasm either. Give me that shit. I want to personally look as comfortable as possible. That's my aesthetic. Give me the PJs. Let's see what else we got. Choose gorgeous Cinderella dresses, beautiful room backgrounds, and gardens. Cute accessories. Wow. Shape your story through the choices you make. That's my big gripe about these games, but I'm not gonna go too into it because we're gonna wrap up here in a minute. Oh, if you get enough points, here we go. Here's the currency. You might even receive a special epilogue with your one true love. Yeah, I know your game, Ikimon. I know what's going on here. Unlock side stories along the way, told from his perspective, and learn all about his true feelings. Again, these are real people. Why are you doing this? I know why you're doing this, but whatever. Okay, well, that's basically it. The rest of it's just fluff. Like I said earlier, there is a precedent in Japanese Atome games. I don't know where exactly it started, but there was like there's like this like, I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna not get this 100% correct. So if this is something you're interested in, go look it up. I'll see if I can find the name for it as well. But there's like this group of samurai that was like, I think it was kind of similar to like a Robin Hood situation. Like they were the last of a certain type of samurai. They're like a group of several of them in the games usually. And they like stand for these certain morals. And I want to say they're like, I don't think they're like bandits or whatever, but it's like this really romanticized story they have, right? That's been like, each of those real life people's names have been incorporated into the dating sim itself. And that's been going on. There's like 1 billion of those, I think. And I wish I could remember what it was called. I'm gonna find out what it's called. in just a second and give you the deets. Because I think it was... Was this it? I thought it started with an R. No, that was not it. Let me see if this narrows it down. Oh, yeah, here it is. Hakuaki? I don't know if that's how you say it. I think there's a bunch of them. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Okay, here's one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games that they've made. And a bunch of ports. And I don't know if they're all about the same, like, people on the same, like, oh, there's a bunch of people, it looks like. So this is like a super popular series, and it started, when did this start? 2008? There's probably plenty of examples of earlier iterations of games doing this stuff, but like there's a precedent, you know? So them taking Samurai, people who I have no context for, I did play this game, or one of the games on the PSP, so like, that to me was like, okay, well, it's just a romanticized like Robin Hood style game, they just happen to have the real people's names. But for them to like take people that I know, people that I, you know, learned about in school and high school and stuff, who were just like, every time you see these dudes, they're these really crusty old white dudes. And you're just like, what? Wait. You mean that Napoleon Bonaparte? The one with the receding hairline? I remember him. You gonna make him hot? Okay. That's wild. I have trouble with that. I'd have trouble. I will, for Alex, for you, I will persevere and I will play it if you want me to. But I don't know if I'm gonna touch that kind of vampire lore. You know, I don't feel like I'm gonna get much out of it personally, and like, oh, it's unsettling. I can just take screenshots. I'll take screenshots and throw them up in the Discord. Maybe that's like enough of a bit to spend my time on this, but let me know. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna wrap up there. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's good. Good Yoshi music going on too. They're probably pretty loud too that I'm looking at. Oops. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. Had a good time. I'm trying to get back into a routine, streaming, like a couple of days, but it's not hit me yet. I get nervous, you know. I gotta go through the process every time, but we're getting there. We're gonna do it. What do I want to play next time? I thought about going back to Sonic now that Elden Ring has kind of calmed down a little bit. I am about halfway point, I think, for Elden Ring, so I can go back and try to like steamroll through the main story plot stuff and just piddle around a little bit, and that should shear that shit up, because I think that's, I don't know, I've played that like 7 or 8 streams and it's still, there's plenty there. So I thought about picking up another game after Graffiti Kingdom. I don't know, I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'll go back to it, so I'll keep you posted. And yeah, I don't know, I'll just think about it. Let me know if there's any requests or whatever. I'm down for anything. So I'm gonna hop off. Anna's making some zoomies, so I'm gonna go let her run around. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Bye, good night.